Hey everybody, it's your boy. He's back once again. HG. So, as we know, 2025 marks the 80th anniversary of Thomas and Friends. As such, we are getting some brand new items to commemorate them, I think. So, mainly, the motorized and diecast ranges have been revamped back into a CGI style, except there's more effort into it than before. And I decided to do a ranking from worst to best on the new diecast on the new push along engines. So yeah, this will be including the Railway Series variant of Thomas, so keep that in mind. So let's hop to it. It's not a brain rot term, I beg of you, please don't make it. My least favorite of the new diecast engines is probably Henry. Now, I like his face looks really good. The running board's actually accurate, and his tender is just adorable. But I am not a fan of how his boiler is made. For one thing, he only has two wheel arches for some reason. What, you couldn't be asked trying to make the half one on where his firebox is? Oh yeah, and why is his firebox so squashed? It's like the Trackmaster 2 issue, but in reverse, where Trackmaster 2 Henry had a huge firebox, while this one has a teeny firebox. This is probably in factor of his Orange and Skull diecast model, but at least remember to have three freaking wheel arches, splashes, whatever you call them. So, yeah. I also hate how far back his dome and top feet are. Yeah, that is in fact what this weird part on him is actually called. The same thing goes for that weird flat piece on Oliver's boiler as well. So overall, Henry's probably my least favorite. He's still good, but could have been better. Majorly, at least. My second to least favorite? Here's James. Yeah, for some reason, I like how James looks. His face. One thing I'm not pleased of is how small his funnel is. His funnel is absolutely puny, and I just am not a fan of it. His wheels are also are bright grey, which doesn't really work for me. And his main body and tender are literally just his orange and scope parts reused. The face looks alright, okay. I'm not a fan of the short funnel and this weird black base on his smokebox frames. And also the fact his wheels look as bright of grey as they did on his original Bachmann model from 2003-ish to 2022. At least in 2022 they bothered revamping its model. So, still, I think James is better than Henry at least, but the small funnel was something I'm never going to be able to get over, probably. My third favorite, Percy. Finally, we're done with big engines. Percy is a really solid model. One thing I'm not a fan of is how he's missing his cylinders. I feel like that's something you could have done. There also appears to be some yellow plastic in there for some reason, or metal. Something I'm not a fan of is the fact he has puppy dog eyes. No clue why Mattel did this, but yeah, I can't deny it. It looks pretty crap. I think the eyes are just being this big. It just does not look right. Oh my! It's like Hit Toys Trackmaster with all over again. But his general shape looks really good. I like the fact his dome and whistle are separately molded pieces, and I like how they bothered and I like the tone of green they kind of used. Really looks Percy, doesn't it? Really looks like Percy green, doesn't it? People have criticized the fact his number 6 is a bit too big. It doesn't concern me that much. What does concern me, however, is how we actually have seen an Australian review this model already. He shows the rear end of Percy's model, and his bunker isn't even painted all the way round. Come on, Mattel, really? You couldn't be asked trying to paint his bunker all the way around? That's kind of cheap. But minus those factors, I think Percy's diecast model's pretty solid. Aside from those issues, I think you should get him. I think he's pretty cool. And unlike his motorized model, at least his boiler isn't unreasonably elongated. Sandal tank is not unreasonably elongated. So, yeah. Um, Happy days. Second favorite model, Railway Series style Thomas. So a while back we saw an image. We saw Hamleys. Hamleys is that what they're called? We have seen. We got this image leaked of what his model looks like, and yeah, the face looked kind of crap. For some reason his front coupling was non-existent, and his whole body just looked kind of weird and looked just like Thomas's regular model, except but a look black painted door and different face. That makes him all the more better. Yeah, nice try, Mattel. No one's falling for that sort of buttocks. I was quite upset when I saw this change because I just thought it looked lazy. But we have a new image of the. We have a proper review, and it doesn't look as bad as I thought. I mean, we got some machines, which is kind of meant to be book illustration accurate, so, yeah, I'll take it. And what I was majorly upset about was the face. But it actually isn't as bad as I thought. I also like how he has the Pac-Man style eyes and the teeny and the itty-bitty eyebrows. I actually think it looks kind of cool, and at least I didn't forget the front coupling. Overall, I don't know why the diecast Thomas looked like that in the Hamley's promotional image. Maybe it was an incomplete render of the model or something. So but hey, what do I know? An issue I have though is kind of how bland his rear end looks. The most they could have done was paint his lamp and add some red stripes and hell, at least paint the buffers. I mean, they did that for Percy's model, but for some reason with Thomas they decided to drop the ball. Really? I find that a tad bit lazier. And if you've ranked all the models, my number one favorite is Thomas. Like, come on, you saw this coming. For some reason, Thomas's model looks ironically peak. For one thing, we got the lamp back, so that's cool. Number two, the face looks really good. Really screams CGI Thomas. 3, beautiful blue paint, man, that is actually gorgeous. 4, a separately molded whistle. Same thing goes with the book version of Thomas, which is cool. His detailing is amazing, but the one thing I dislike is mainly the fact his rear end doesn't have any paint on it. I mean, it shouldn't have been that hard to just, print some red lining or paint the buffers or whatnot, or at least paint the lamp. But hey, what do you expect from Mattel, at least? I also believe that we had something else I'd like to mention about the book version of Thomas. For some reason, the rendered prototype of it showed it had white pistons and front windows, only for the actual model to not have these. Aw. Oh well, I guess it's something I can get used to. The same issue with no back detailing also applies for Thomas's regular release, but at least he looks good at least. The Now I believe Thomas's model is the best of the best looking because It just really looks like a major improvement over that disgusting 2019 variant of him. You know which one I'm talking about. At least they bothered trying to pick up the game when Orange and Go diecast engines released. But now with 2025's new model, amazing. Also, if you're all wondering what do I think about the Ruby collection, Thomas, I mean, it's almost what I mean. He's looking. I mean, the face looks alright. I mean, it's just slightly different, and I do like the silver painted, the metallic footplate and piston rods, but that's kind of really it. Also, lazily reusing Orange and Go minecarts. Come on. And if any of you are gonna ask, what about Annie and Clarabelle? Oh god, yeah. For some stupid reason, they made Annie and Clarabelle's models. How do I put this? They freaking reused 2019 Annie and Clarabelle, but just slapped some new wheels and different printing and paint, and ooh, new models. At least the Thomas from the 3-pack looks alright. I mean, what do you call this? The 6-pack? Alright then. I kind of like the detail of this random workman just applying his red stripes. It reminds me of that scene from The Adventure Begins where Thomas gets repainted into blue. So I guess that's a nice little reference. I might only get this pack really so I have Thomas and also Annabelle and Clarence. Clarence Dalby. Yeah, that's all I really got for you lot. I will make a separate ranking video on my opinions on the new motorized engines. And hopefully soon I'll be able to acquire at least one of them. And obviously the first one I'm considering getting obviously is the 2-pack, the single pack of Thomas and the brown truck. So yeah. I will obviously get the talking one so I have a talking version to just toy around with, and also to get Annie and Clarabelle, but that's kind of it. So with all that said and done, this is TTTE and HTF Fan 2012 saying, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time in Ranking 2025 Motorized Engines. You're going somewhat low in the list, Gordon. Just saying. Alright, that's it. Goodbye.